Tips for practicing your speech, and this is something that's going to be personal to you. What I did, I would memorize my opening and conclusion, so that way I didn't leave it to chance. Now, did I always nail it? No, I didn't always nail it. But since I was memorizing it, it leaves less to chance. And as soon as you get that opening sentence of the speech out of your mouth, everything will flow easier. You can trust me on this one, depending upon how much you end up practicing. So it's going to be difficult to memorize the entire speech. It's going to be a lot of pressure on you to memorize the entire speech. What I did was I would write out word for word the opening, write out word for word the conclusion, make sure I have a great opening, a solid conclusion, everything's tied in. And what I did for the body, I would write it in an outline. So that way I knew where I wanted to go, but I didn't feel a need it had to be word for word perfect. That would give me a little bit of flexibility. If I didn't say it perfectly, I didn't think to myself, oh, I didn't say it perfectly. Okay, as long as I kept within the outline, and you know what you want to talk about. These speeches are going to be very personal for you. So the need to memorize isn't going to be as important as if you're doing a research paper. It will be helpful to do what I'm doing right now, is to practice either in front of a mirror or practice with video. And if you're practicing with video, try to stand further back so you can at least see the upper part of your body, if not your whole body, as opposed to what I'm doing and just framing my face. Even if you frame your face, you can even watch your speech practice without any volume and see what kind of eye contact you have, what kind of facial expressions you have. So practicing in front of a mirror is going to be weird also. What you have to practice, what you have to practice is eye contact. And in front of a mirror, that's going to be awkward, but you know what? So what? When you're in front of the mirror, you don't need to be staring at yourself. You can look at one side, and as far as eye contact goes, speak to the person. So if you have 2 or 3 judges, look at one judge and deliver a sentence, or 2, but deliver a sentence. And when you finish that sentence, look at judge number 2 and give that sentence to them. And then when you're on sentence number 3, you can speak to that judge. And then you can go back to the middle, and then you can go back to the left. So this way, if you do that too quickly, if you're looking at all the judges in one sentence, you'll be speaking like this to each of them, and it's going to be distracting for them. If your eyes, how does this feel to you right now? That if, in the middle of a sentence, if I'm looking at 3 different people, you're gonna feel weird as an audience member, as opposed to looking this way to give point number 1, and then I'm going to give point number 2 this way, and then I can look at this person and give point number 3. So that's something to practice also.